I'm at Border Paws Animal Shelter, not for Pet Project, but to go over the whole year at Border Paws. This year has been crazy and a lot has gone on, and I'm joined here with Nikki Hayden. She usually does Pet Project with me, or the last few weeks.
Yes.
She's gone assimilated into Pet Project. So we're going to be talking about the year as a whole at the shelter. A lot of things that happened, most notably you guys finally moved in to the new building, and I'd like to start kind of there, because that's been a project that's been going on for a very long time, and it finally has happened, and you're all moved in. So tell me about what that means for the shelter and how much it's helped you guys to have this new building.
Yeah, so as we all know, the community has been fundraising and working so hard for this for years, and we're finally here. And we're so excited to be in the new building. And as you can see, even just from Pet Project, it's just such a better setup. Like, especially with the cats, they have these bright windows. They can look outside. They can lounge in the cat area. Even our areas where there's kennels, we can actually go in and take out one cat at a time. So that for potential adopters and volunteers makes such a huge difference. And just for the cats to be able to get out and lounge and hang out on a chair like they would in a home makes such a difference. The dogs, we won't lie, in the beginning it was a little bit of a hard adjustment, just because we came from a huge green space at the old location into here, and we weren't quite set up yet. So our staff really had to kind of, shuffle things around and figure out how to make it work. And as our numbers have shown over this year, this shelter move was very needed. We had outgrown that location, plus it was just like kind of in shambles, and it's really nice to be somewhere that's clean, sanitizable, healthier for not only our animals but our staff as well. So it's just like such a better place for us to be, and we're so thankful for everyone that made that happen over the years. So our animal outcome report for the year, we had a total of 438 adoptions, which is pretty amazing. Of those adoptions, we had 80% of those came from the shelter. So from people being able to come in, see those animals in person, get to cuddle them for a bit and see their personalities before making that choice. So as you can see, not only for housing the animals, but for adoption purposes and the community being able to come in and interact with the animals made those numbers possible. And then we also had a total of 133 animals that were returned to their owners. So it's not always just about getting the animals in and vetted and finding them new homes, but it's also about caring for them until we're able to reunite them with their families where possible. So again, the importance of microchipping your animals, because it makes it so much easier to be able to scan and get your up-to-date information and just give you a call and let you know that your dog got out while you were at work or whatever the case may be. And then we can just hold them until their owners are able to pick up. We had a lot of medical cases come through. So we had a lot of dogs with allergies, a lot of dogs with ear infections, and cats that needed treatment. I wanted to make a note too that we were lucky this year to receive a huge investment from the City of Lloydminster. So it was $300,000 towards our capital investment, and that is what made it possible for us to be able to complete the construction of the new building. So if we didn't have those funds, we would have been kind of stuck and in construction for a very long time while trying to look after the animals. So we are very lucky to have those funds and that we were able to use those towards setting it up how we wanted. Nearing the end of the year, we had gone through a bunch of different events. We had a tattoo expo, we had Rib Fest we sold 50-50 tickets at. We had lots of different raffles going on, like Barrel of Booze. We had some Father's and Mother's Day raffles. And then we also did our first annual Walk for Paws, which was awesome. Not only just to fundraise and have great community support, but even just to encourage the community to come out and enjoy their dogs in the nice weather and get out and about with them. We got to see lots of our adopted animals, so that was always special to see how they're doing and see them thrive in an event like that. What I've noticed the most was just how the community steps up. Like, it's amazing that when you need help and you're kind of feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't know if we can make this happen, or I don't know how we're going to get there, and we ask for help, we usually receive it. And
Yes.
it's really amazing how much people are willing to help in whatever way that they can, whether it be time or donations or anything. So
Yes, definitely. And that's something I think that you'll always have,
Yeah.
which is fantastic and definitely needed, especially when you have medical, you need medical fundraising or just daily operations or just fun events. You will always have a group of people come out and take part in it, whatever it may be, which is
Exactly.
amazing. Now, this year was jam-packed with a lot of things and a lot of great changes and a lot of great events, new events like the Walk for Paws.
Yes.
What are your goals for 2024?
So we have a few big goals. Our first one being our dog and cat kennels that we have been fundraising for so long to have the proper setup here are being shipped up from the States. And so they were an investment that is going to last the shelter for years to come. So they're going to be really well set up here now. We also want to focus on dog training and enrichment as well as our feline enrichment. So we're lucky to have the spaces like we talked about in the new shelter. We have a lot of great volunteers that come in regularly, and now we're going to be looking at in the new year fine-tuning our volunteer resources, kind of teaching our volunteers that are interested in working with the dogs and helping us make them more adoptable through the training to be coming in on a regular basis and doing obedience training with them, maybe working on some behavioral issues with us, and starting to really focus on setting those dogs up for success in their new homes, and not just the dogs but the adopters. It's so much easier to bring a new dog into your home if they're already well-rounded with other animals, and we know a lot about them from our foster homes or from training one-on-one, so we really want to focus on that and getting more enrichment involved with the animals on a daily basis.
Well, it sounds like next year has a lot of great
Yes.
plans in motion, and it's going to be really exciting, and it will bring all the rest of the building all together and
Yes.
really feel like it's complete. And the dogs are just going to enjoy it as well. They're going to get the exercise that they need.
Yes.
And the training as well, it will be so beneficial for adoptable dogs to go out and
Yes.
be able to, handle being in a new environment, in a new home, and have those tools already programmed into them.
Exactly.
So that sounds amazing. And so I thank you for joining me for the whole year as
Yes.
well, or from August
Part of
on.
it.
But the shelter itself, I love doing Pet Project and getting updates on the shelter and the
Yes.
events. And I'm definitely not the only person in the community that likes it as well. So thank you so much for joining me. And I wish you the best of luck for the new year. And of course, I'll be back again for Pet
Yes.
Project too. So this won't be it. We'll be back in the new year for more weekly Pet Projects.
Yes,
So.
and thank you. We really appreciate you guys helping us get the word out and keeping the community updated on what's going on with the shelter and with what they've worked so hard to achieve with us being in the new building. So thank you for all your guys' support over the years.
Of course, Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week, so it works out perfectly. Exactly.